Is this Texans team legit? After that 0-3 start, here they are 4-3 on top of the AFC South. Now I'm asking you guys, do you guys think this Texans team is legit? I'm asking this because on Twitter, if you guys know me, I love Twitter. I'm always on Twitter. Twitter is so awesome. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure to follow me on Twitter at Mr. Mediocre _YT. But be warned, on game day, I can get a little toxic on Twitter. So, yeah, just follow me at your own risk. But anyways, on Twitter, I've been seeing a lot of people, Texans fans, fans of other NFL teams, pretty much saying the Texans aren't legit, or that if the Texans do get to the playoffs, they won't do anything. So I want to ask you guys, do you guys think the Texans are legit? Be sure to comment down below if you think they're legit or not. Now, as for me, no. This Texans team isn't legit. Not yet. And I say not yet because, look, this Texans team, yes, they've won 4 in a row after that terrible 0-3 start. We all know that. But they barely beat the Colts, barely beat the Cowboys, barely beat the Bills, and then dismantled the Jaguars. Even though it was just 20-7, but, you know, whatever. Despite all that, the Texans are yet to play a complete game. Until the Texans play that complete game, then, you know, I'll consider this team legit. But as of right now, I mean, look at the games we've won, the games we've lost. Against the Patriots, to start off with the Patriots. Special teams played pretty good. Defense was up and down all day. Offense just was not there. The Titans, defense played pretty good. Special teams had that one messed up, you know, touchdown they allowed. You had the offense not doing anything. Against the Giants, offense was, you know, kind of moving the ball. Special teams was okay. Defense was, yikes, non-existent. It was terrible. And then you have the first win of the season versus the Colts. The offense was moving the ball all over the place. But the defense got shredded by Andrew Luck. Special teams was pretty good. Second win of the season, the Cowboys. Offense was moving the ball, but they couldn't score a touchdown. Defense played well. Special teams played pretty well too. And then you got the Bills. Special teams played lights out. That's probably why we won. Defense played pretty good too, or really good too. Offense was non-existent. And then this past week versus the Jaguars, you had special teams play pretty good too. You had the defense play pretty good. And you had the offense just pretty much do a good job. So, this Texans team has yet to play a complete game where the offense, the defense, and the special teams all play well at the same time. And like, I know some people, or in the past Texans in general, they never have all three faces of the ball get going at the same time, except maybe the 2011 season when Matt Schaub went down with a foot injury. I think that was the only season where we were pretty much firing on all cylinders. But I think this Texans team is still yet to reach its full potential. It's gonna happen. I see it every week. It's gonna happen. One game, I don't know what game it is. It could be this week versus the Dolphins. It could be versus the Broncos. It could be versus the Redskins after the bye week. But there will be a game where the Texans will fire on all cylinders. That meaning offense is going to ball out, defense is going to stop whoever's in front of them, and special teams isn't going to screw us over. The Texans, they're a good team on paper. It's just a matter of putting all that together and, you know, just get going. These past 4 weeks, yeah, they've won. But they've won despite, you know, these obstacles they've had to overcome. So once they really get going, these Texans are going to be hard to beat. So In my opinion, as of right now, this Texans team, until they get fully going, I don't think they're a legit team. But if and when they do start firing on all cylinders, this team can be very, very dangerous. And the reason I say it will happen, well, we've seen the defense play good these past 3 weeks, so we know the defense, what they're capable of. We've seen special teams really play good, surprisingly, pretty much all season long, besides maybe that touchdown they allowed against the Titans again. But that was mostly due to a coaching issue, so can't really blame the special teams players and all that. I don't really know what went on there, but whatever. Moving past that, special teams has looked good, which is really surprising. And there's been instances where the offense has also looked dominant again against the Colts, moving the ball versus a very good Cowboys defense, just not being able to punch it in. Now, if this offense can figure out their red zone issues, then I feel like this Texans team will be really hard to beat. And I say the offense because I feel like it's the offense, the one that is lacking, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious these past 3 weeks. They haven't been able to punch the ball in the red zone against the Cowboys. Couldn't even move the ball against the Bills. They didn't really have to move the ball against the Jaguars. I feel like the Jaguars game was more of a game plan type of thing. Go up early, by 2 possessions, and then, play conservative. Usually, I would be mad that the Texans went super conservative pretty early on, but against the Jaguars, I am 100% okay with it. So, last week against the Jags, Deshaun Watson didn't have to do anything, and I am more than okay with that. Now, the offense, again, back to the offense. Once Deshaun Watson gets going, and I feel like it's coming, again, it's gonna happen. Look, Deshaun Watson was balling out versus the Cowboys. He was shredding a top-ranked defense up and down the field. The problem is he got injured, and after he got injured, he just didn't look the same. He didn't look the same against the Bills. I thought the Bills game was probably his worst game ever. And against the Jaguars, he was a little bit healthier. It was kind of noticeable too. He looked way better, so he's definitely getting healthy. And the good thing about the Jags game is, besides one drop pick, Deshaun Watson wasn't careless with the ball in his hands, how he's been. Like, for example, against the Jags, he was sliding when he ran, which is something he didn't do. If you remember against the Cowboys, he was just straight up trying to lunge towards the end zone, getting hit hard. I think it happened like 3 times, so he didn't do that versus the Jaguars, so that's great. When he felt the pressure coming, he would get rid of the ball instead of taking the unnecessary hit. And he ran when he had to. So Deshaun Watson was playing very smart football against the Jaguars. And that's what he has to do, in my opinion, to really progress, to get better, to get this offense rolling. Just needs to be smarter with the football, know what to do, live to play another day pretty much. Last week against the Jags was the first game this season, and I think the first game since the Bengals game where Deshaun Watson didn't have a turnover, so things are definitely trending upwards. As Watson gets healthier, he will get better. As he gets better, the offensive line will look better. As the offensive line looks better, the run game will get better. And it starts with the quarterback. Deshaun's just been injured these past 2 weeks, so once he comes back, I feel like this offense will really start to get going. And the good thing is, yes, we do play the Dolphins this Thursday. What sucks about it is, it's 4 days after playing another game. But after that, we have a 10-day rest before playing the Broncos. And then we have a 14-day rest before playing the Redskins. So, there's plenty of time for Deshaun Watson to get healed up, Aaron Colvin to get healed up, Deontay Foreman to get healed up. So this team is getting healthier. Deshaun Watson will get better, and I think this team can legitimately make a playoff push. So as of right now, to answer the question that I asked at the start of the video, no, I don't think this Texans team is legit. Not yet. I think they could possibly get there later on down the line in the season. Now, as far as the playoffs go, a lot of people, how I said at the start of the video, they've been saying if this Texans team gets to the playoffs, they won't do anything. You know, hate to say it, but I agree 100%. Because, look, the Texans, what are their two weaknesses? Offensive line, corners. Now, if you take a look around the AFC, who do you got that will probably make the playoffs? Okay, look, let's go for the guarantees. The Chiefs. The Chiefs will probably most definitely be in the playoffs unless, you know, somebody gets hurt over there or something drastic happens. So they'll most likely be in the playoffs. The Texans, I don't think they can defend Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill. They just have all these weapons that I think can easily expose this Texans, or these Texans corners. Because I don't want to say secondary because the safeties have been playing really well. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, whoa, they've been doing good the past 3 weeks. Well, yeah, but one, you got to look at the weapons they've been playing the past 3 weeks. And then you got to look at the quarterback they've been playing against. I mean, Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, and Blake Bortles / Cody Kessler. They're nothing to, you know, they're not a threat. Especially with their receiving weapons. They don't have receiving weapons. But the Chiefs do. You know who else does? Tom Brady and his Patriots. Last time we played them, they really didn't have any weapons besides Gronk. But now, in addition to Gronk, they have Sony Michel, their running back. They have Julian Edelman back, who usually gives us trouble. And now they have Josh Gordon. So I don't think this Texans team can beat the Patriots. The Steelers, of course, you got AB. You got James Conner. Maybe Le'Veon Bell if he comes back. Juju. So, these three teams. And you can even add in the Chargers to that list. They have all these weapons. Keenan Allen. Travis Benjamin. Mike Williams. Tyrell Williams. Yeah. These are 4 teams that if we get to the playoffs, I honestly think we don't have a chance of beating. And I know a lot of people are like, well, what's the whole point of the Texans getting into the playoffs if they're not going to be able to compete for a Super Bowl? I mean, I could get where you're coming from, but to me, I think it's really important for Deshaun Watson to get that playoff experience because this Texans team, despite the 0-3 start, they have a lot of talent. This Texans team, if they can re-sign Clowney, they can re-sign Tyrann Mathieu, Kareem Jackson, and other few players. If they can draft well, this is a team with Deshaun Watson at quarterback. They can get to the playoffs year in and year out. So I think it's very important for these Texans to get playoff experience, especially Deshaun Watson. I think it's important for Watson to get that playoff experience. So whenever we do have the roster that's ready to compete for a Super Bowl, so that this team can actually be ready, so that Deshaun Watson can know what it's like to play in the playoffs, you know? So, yeah, again, is this Texans team legit? Not yet. Will this Texans team do anything in the playoffs if they get to the playoffs? Probably not. But, yeah, that's all I really have for you guys today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.